Hey gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey, and that is a 2026 McLaren 750S Spider, and well, let's just go for a drive. Before we hop behind the wheel, keen-eyed viewers will say, Corey, haven't you already driven one of these? And yes, I do live quite the privileged life. We got to spend a few days in Tyler, Texas with a blue one, but I am at the Texas Auto Riders Texas Auto Roundup, where we are testing for the supercar of Texas, and this might just take that crown. This is one of the last true supercars out there. It is not a hybrid. We have a V8 back behind the passenger cabin on this. In fact, this thing breathes in so loudly from these vents just behind the driver's door that if you roll your windows down, you can hear that V8 breathing in back there. You can see we have the matching brake calipers to our seat belts. This is a very clean look all the way around. McLaren does custom make their monocoque chassis so that this is very unique to them. I'm going to go ahead and grab the door handle, which is right here, and open the door, which opens upward like that, making it easier to get in and out. You can see all the suede that we have here in this one, those matching yellow seat belts, all the exposed carbon, and I can feel the air rushing into the engine right here, right now, as it is running. Given that this is the Spider, it is very hard to see the engine, but I assure you it is down underneath there, and our large center exit exhaust back here. We do have active aero here on this wing. It will flip up and work as an air brake if necessary. Again, I have had this for a full battery's worth of tests on my home turf, so if you want to go see that with more camera angles and the like, be sure and check that out. But as for us right here, right now, let's hop behind the wheel and see how it drives. As we are now behind the wheel of it, I will go ahead and show you, yes, we do have amenities like CarPlay here on this vertical screen. We have another screen here behind the steering wheel that does adjust with the steering wheel, so I can tilt telescope the entire thing. We also have these different adjustments right here for our horsepower, for our power and our comfort, or our suspension here, so I can change the powertrain to sport or track, and you can see that changes our gears. You can see here we have our handling. I can change that to sport and to track, so very customizable here. It doesn't have to be just one or the other, so I can leave it in comfort for driving around this historic town, but put it in track to hear all the burbles and pops back behind us. I'm going to put it in drive here. I'm going to tap the paddle there. We're in first gear, and off we go. We do have an electronic parking brake on this one. And a very interesting thing that McLaren does, these real metal paddle shifters are connected. So if I wanted to shift up, I've got multiple ways in which I can do that if I wanted to, which I will walk you through here as I get out of this parking spot. So you can see we're in full automatic now, but I can pull back on this one, or I can push forward on that one. So I can shift up just like that, or I can shift down all one-handed. And it is just very intuitive how you can go through it. You can essentially drive it one-handed if you had to. And my goodness, everything you touch in here is so nicely appointed. We've got the suede accents all the way around in this one. We've got the suede steering wheel, suede seats, the suede entry that I had to slide my booty across just to get here into the driver's seat. This is a very well-appointed cabin, and everything you touch is high-end and very nice, which you would expect in a vehicle that costs twice what my house cost. Yes, this does come at quite the price. I don't know the exact MSRP as I'm driving this, but hopefully future me can put it on screen for you. The real struggle with this one will be keeping it within the appropriate speed before we get out onto the highway here. So yes, I am taking it to Interstate 10 through Bernie, Texas, where we can stretch its legs. One thing I did note from living with it for 3 days at home in a familiar territory was just how forgiving this supercar is. It's got a nose lift button over here, so I can lift up the nose if I'm worried about a speed bump or something there in front of me. It just raises the nose ever so slightly, so I don't have to worry about scraping the chin of the vehicle off on a speed bump. It's actually quite comfortable to drive. Yes, I did leave the handling in comfort mode, but I did leave the engine, the performance, and track mode just because, well, it sounds that much better, and it boom, 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 and pops as I let off the accelerator, and it holds those gears even longer as long as I'm not pulling or pushing on the paddles. So there's a lot of sensory to this vehicle, from all the suede that you get to touch, the sound of the V8 back behind us, and then as we get out here, I am gonna push it a little. The feeling that you get from pushing this thing and making it go, that it's a supercar through and through, and so it will actually run with the best of them. It is not often I get behind the wheel of a true supercar, which is exactly what this is. It is just as at home on the racetrack as it is here on the interstate or going through downtown Bernie, Texas. There really is a lot to like here. The brakes grip and grab as soon as you press on them, because again, this is a race car that has been civilized for daily life. And like I said, it does not punish you. It does not beat you up in the process. I've actually got really good visibility from my rearview mirror right here all the way around. This is a very good car, all told. You're not making a lot of sacrifices, and at the price point that you have to pay for this, that's kind of a good thing. That's really the only sacrifice you are making, is plopping out the large sum of money in order to claim one of these as your own. Coming here on less than perfect roads, I don't feel like I'm being beaten up or abused. The suspension, again, a track-tuned suspension that is civil on civilized roads such as this. Oh, the noises that this thing makes is so amazing. Especially here in track mode. Oh, it is truly an intoxicating car to drive. It does not get old. It gets a little nerve-wracking knowing how expensive this car is that I'm piloting around, but it does not get old. Oh my gosh, the tunnel vision! Oh my goodness. This thing will be doing triple digits in no time flat. It is so impressive. And again, it is so well composed. It doesn't get squirrely on you. It doesn't make you feel like you are at the limit. I very much find my limit before I'm anywhere near the limit of this car, the tires, the engine, the chassis, the suspension. It is so well put together that it is overkill putting a mere civilian like me in it. This truly is a race car that civilians can buy, and it is so cool that McLaren is investing in us to allow us this opportunity to get to drive it in situations like this. I mean, oh my gosh! Yes, compose yourself. Bring it together, Corey. It is such a good car. And with that, I guess I will just leave you at that. I can just giggle and accelerate my way into a speeding ticket here on camera for you, but I will not embarrass myself in such a way. So if you want to see more from us here at this event, be sure and hit that subscribe button down below. Ring the bell so you are notified every time a new video drops. Find us on all social media outlets: Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, Threads, YouTube. Everything is at GT Garage Talk, or you can go to gtgaragetalk.com. But I'm gonna enjoy what little time I have left behind the wheel of this McLaren 750S. Until next time, gearheads. Bye. I don't want to wake the neighbors, but that is intoxicating.